Shelley Long is an actress who most people recognize from her role as Diane Chambers on the hit 1980s sitcom Cheers. Shelley was one of the show's biggest draws for audiences during its early years, until she decided to quit after the show's 5th season in 1987. After she quit, she never quite achieved the mainstream recognition she had achieved so effortlessly from her role as Diane Chambers. For those who might like to know what she did afterwards, join Facts First as we explore what happened to Shelley Long, Diane Chambers, from Cheers. Shelley Long was born August 23, 1949, in Fort Wayne, Indiana. She showed an affinity for being the center of attention at a young age, taking to public speaking and debate during her school years. Her willingness to be in the public spotlight eventually led her to develop a passion for drama, which she pursued into her college years at Northwestern University. While attending, she was given her first entertainment gigs as an actress and model in some local advertisements. She received her first TV acting credit in 1975, hosting a local program in Chicago. This program was called Sorting It Out and ran until 1978. In 1978, she was given a guest starring role in the series The Love Boat. As her acting career blossomed, Shelley was given roles in a few feature films. She was featured in a 1980 drama, A Small Circle of Friends, and appeared in the strange slapstick comedy Caveman alongside ex-Beatle Ringo Starr in 1981. In '82, she appeared in the cult comedy Night Shift, directed by Happy Days' Ron Howard. But her biggest break that year proved to be her casting in a new TV sitcom called Cheers. In the show, she was cast as one of the main characters, Diane Chambers. Although Shelley was uncertain of committing to the role, she ended up becoming one of the show's most memorable parts. However, she left the role before the show reached its final season, around a decade later. Shelley Long received 5 Emmy nods during her time on Cheers, even winning the award in 1983. Her co-star Ted Danson has said Shelley was the part of Cheers that put the show on the map. According to him, audiences hadn't seen a character like Diane Chambers in years. However, while she was certainly a major part of the show's success, things weren't always amicable between her and the cast and crew on set. Shelley's character, Diane Chambers, was a somewhat antagonistic love interest for the show's other main character, Ted Danson's Sam Malone. According to stories from the show's production, Ted and Shelley never quite got along when the cameras weren't rolling. And a third party was introduced into their relationship a few years into the show in the form of Kelsey Grammer's Frasier Crane. This new love interest for Diane provided romantic tension between her and Sam, but it also provided increased tension behind the scenes. Shelley got along with Kelsey even less than she got along with Ted. She also began to have run-ins with the crew that eventually led her to decide to call it quits after the 5th season. While the camaraderie of the cast was a big part of Cheers' appeal on the screen, that on-screen chemistry didn't translate over to behind the scenes. Although the two never necessarily fought, Ted Danson was never comfortable with how long it took Shelley to get to the right comedic performance. According to Shelley, Danson liked her comedic timing but felt she took too many takes. This led to tension on the set, as Danson became passive-aggressive instead of simply telling his co-star the truth. Eventually, Danson did say something to Shelley, and the two got along better afterwards. Shelley has said she upped her game and became a better comedic actress in the process. Danson and Shelley played conflicted romantic interests, and Kelsey Grammer was brought in to add some more tension. However, he ended up bringing even more tension behind the scenes. According to insiders, Shelley simply took objection to Kelsey Grammer's character, Frasier Crane. Given the character was supposed to come across as a more suitable love interest for Diane than Sam Malone, the character was somewhat similar to Diane. Because of this, Shelley felt Kelsey was getting some lines that might have normally gone to her. Grammer's appearance was simply intended as a guest starring role, but he ended up becoming a regular. Some, including Grammer, have speculated the producers wrote Frasier onto the show full-time as a means to stick it to Shelley. Shelley had never had reservations about repeatedly expressing her feelings about Grammer's character, and it apparently began to annoy much of the behind-the-scenes crew. However, the writers have denied these allegations, saying the reason Grammer was employed on the show full-time was because his character represented a new dynamic the audience found appealing. Given that Frasier went on to star for over 10 years in his own show, this claim has a lot of merit. The professional jealousy between Kelsey and Shelley led to a tense personal relationship, which many speculate is a big part of the reason Shelley decided to leave. However, Shelley did later appear in Grammer's spin-off, Frasier. She reprised Diane Chambers, and many took this as the two stars burying the hatchet. With that, it appeared Shelley was on good terms with both Danson and Grammer. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Although the crew of Cheers may have had their issues with Shelley, it appears many of them still have fond feelings for the actress. Writer David Isaacs said he always felt Shelley had the toughest assignment, and she was one of the best comic actresses around. The character of Diane was often the butt of the joke, and Shelley was never unwilling to throw herself under the bus to get a laugh. Still, Shelley chose to leave the show long before it ended. Among all the tension on the set, it appears Shelley simply didn't enjoy playing her character anymore. She has said it was time for her to let go of that persona. She felt she was doing the same episode and storyline over and over again and had become a villain to both her coworkers and the audience. Another reason she gave for leaving was she wanted to get back into Hollywood movies. Wanting to escape the negative environment and pursue her career, she left Cheers after the 5th season, with Kelsey Grammer taking over as the resident uptight bar denizen completely. The whole thing came to an end when Shelley had a tearful breakdown on the set, proving to her she had to move on to other means of employment for her own sanity. Shelley appeared alongside Tom Hanks in the 1986 film The Money Pit, and then got an even bigger role in the 1989 comedy Troop Beverly Hills. The film underperformed at the box office, leading to Shelley having an unstable Hollywood career afterwards. However, both The Money Pit and Troop Beverly Hills are considered cult classics today. Several years later, Shelley appeared in 1995's The Brady Bunch movie, a comedy that served as both a parody and an homage to the 1969 sitcom The Brady Bunch. This film and its 1996 sequel were minor hits, with many critics feeling Shelley's performance as Brady matriarch Carol was one of their best attributes. She went on to make many minor appearances in films after this, with the most notable perhaps being her co-starring turn in 2000's Dr. T and the Women. And she had a pretty big role in the hit sitcom Modern Family, playing the character of Dee Dee Pritchett for 8 episodes. She's still working today at age 71, having recently filmed The Cleaner with fellow former television star Linda Carter. All in all, Shelley seems to have retained the same work ethic well into her older age. To those who know Shelley only from her performance as Diane Chambers, the star is likely going to be unrecognizable today. At 71, she hasn't tried to hide her age. All things considered, she's likely glad not to be recognized by the millions of Cheers fans who want to ask her why she quit the show. These days, you can find Shelley dining around West Los Angeles with her chihuahua in her handbag. She's currently single, having divorced her husband Bruce Tyson in 2004. They had 1 child together. Along with The Cleaner, currently in post-production, Shelley's other recent roles include voicing a character on the animated Disney show Milo Murphy's Law. She's also appeared in a few Lifetime Christmas movies since 2010. She reprised her role as Carol Brady twice after a Very Brady sequel in '96. She was one of the only returning stars in the made-for-TV sequel The Brady Bunch in the White House in 2002. And in 2010, she voiced Carol Brady in an episode of the adult animated sitcom Family Guy. Comment down below to share if you think Shelley deserved more respect as a leading lady, or if you think she should have stayed on with Cheers until the end before making her big move. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.